Let's disable ESLint before we start. We will import underscore from node modules, and we don't need props in computed section, so we'll remove them for now. Now let's talk about vue.js lifecycle hooks. Vue.js provides various lifecycle hooks such as before create, created, mounted, and so on. These are special methods which can be used to override the behavior of our app. For our app, we want to fetch the data when the component is created, so we will use created hook. Let's get the API URL from CryptoCompare. We will use multiple symbol price endpoint because this will allow us to get the data for multiple currencies in one go. Okay, now we will create a constant and name it API URL. Now we will use Axios to make a call to the API. Once Axios is done, then we will get the data and response object. We will use ESX arrow functions and console the data. Okay, now we have the data from CryptoCompare in object format, but we need the data as array of objects. So we would need to transform the data. For our data transformation purpose, we will use underscore.map. One key thing to remember is that underscore.map always return an array. We will pass response.data in underscore.map. It will loop over the input, and in each iteration we will return a new object. So finally underscore.map return an array of objects, and we will store the output in CurrentPrices variable and console the data. Alright, so first console is the raw data coming from CryptoCompare API, and second one is the transformed data, which looks very similar to our sample data. So let's put this data in our current variable and remove the consoles. Great, so we can see a bit of flicker when sample data is displayed first, then it is replaced by new data in current variable. To fix this, we will remove our sample data as we don't need it anymore. At the moment, our app is not so dynamic because we have hard-coded our currency keys in API URL constant. We want to use trackCryptos variable but in a comma-separated format. So we will use join method on trackCryptos array and concatenate the API URL. Our app is now dynamic, and we can test it by adding XRP, which is a currency symbol of Ripple. Okay, so you can see XRP currency tag is displayed and new tile is added to show the price. Great, so at the moment we are doing everything in created method, but we can do better. We can move this whole code in its own function. Let's call it fetch current prices, and we will create this function in methods section. Alright, let's see if it works. Great, it works. So let's recap. We used CryptoCompare API to get real-time price of currencies, and we used Axios to get this data, and then we transformed the data using map function of underscore JS library.